So you're moving to North Idaho. There are 7 steps that we have come up to make this move easy.
Yeah, and our clients that have been going through these 7 steps makes it so much easier for them every single time.
Yep, so if you want to know those 7 steps on how to move to North Idaho, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? My name is Jackson Wilkey.
And I'm Conor Hammons.
That's right. And this channel, we do so many videos about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play, everything you need to know about Northern Idaho and Eastern Washington. So if it's your first time to this channel, make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And we literally get calls, emails, texts every day from people moving and relocating here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about moving, relocating, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back when moving to North Idaho. So we broke this down literally to 7 steps that makes your life so much easier. We know it's a struggle to move across state, across the country, whatever. So we're going to be going back and forth here with these 7 steps. I'm telling you, the last tip, number 1, is the one that is going to save you the most heartache and pain. So make sure you stay tuned to the end for that. So, all right, Hammond, let's rock it. Number 7 is our Zoom calls. Let's go through that process.
Yeah, absolutely. Zoom is huge. I mean, when you're relocating, I think one of the biggest things that an agent might do incorrectly is not understand exactly what you're looking for or what you need. Our process, my process, is to really be consultative, get to know you. And I think the best way to do that is hop on a Zoom call. Face-to-face is so much better. You know, you can email a list of wants and needs. You can even do it on the phone. But when you really get to talk to each other and learn really why you're coming up here, it's so huge. Understanding where you're going to be working at. You know, North Idaho is so spread out. There's so many different places you can live, in the hills, in the prairie, by the lake. You really just, need to know exactly. We need to know exactly what your needs are, and just to help you out.
Yeah, and that's okay. These 7 steps literally are because we've helped so many people relocate now that this is what really helps. So that Zoom, if you're not comfortable with the video stuff, we can definitely do phone calls, but most everybody is, and we get to meet each other face to face and not let anything slip through the cracks. So that's an added step that we take. But number 6, let's jump right into it real quick because you were kind of touching on it, but it is that the criteria and location. We're spread out. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. I touched on it a little bit earlier, but it's really key for us to understand your criteria, your location you want to be at. There's so many different areas in North Idaho. You could be close to the water, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, out in the prairie, up north on acreage. It's really key for us to understand exactly what you're doing, where you're working, what your family likes to do, if you have a family, if you're single. And so there's so many different areas that you could be at. A lot of times when we help clients, they might say, okay, I really want to be downtown Coeur d'Alene. That's the area I want to be at. When they get here, we tour them around. They realize, hey, actually, I work in Spokane. I really like a spot in Post Falls that's also close to public waterfront. And so it's just really key for us to understand exactly what your end goal is. And we know the area. I mean, born and raised,
Yep.
Know the area like the back of my hand. So once we get that information, I can really help you out.
That's something that we've seen a lot with criteria location. I mean, you're trying to do as much research as possible online. We get that, but we truly know these areas. And so when you talk about your criteria and stuff, we can actually pinpoint you in a great location, great area. So that goes right into next, like the technology that we've put in place. And that we can do for our clients and with a custom search. Let's go into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Once we have that Zoom call and understand your criteria, your wants, your needs lists, what I do is I go into our CRM, our website, and I can build that list for you that will send you auto searches. It will notify you directly if some price changes whenever a property hits the market. And it's really cool because whenever you favorite a house, whenever you view a house, I get that notification on my end. So I can kind of see what you're building, what list you're building. And I'll check in with you, kind of say, hey, what'd you think of this one? Give you some insight into where it's at. Another thing that it's really important to keep in mind, especially here in North Idaho, is that we're a non-disclosure state.
Yep.
So our CRM, our website, gets a direct feed from our Coeur d'Alene MLS. If you're searching on Zillow, on Trulia, they don't get a direct feed from the MLS, so a lot of times some of their updates are delayed and some of them are pending. We often get clients that send us lists 5 to 10 houses from Zillow. 7 of them of the 10 are pending, and they just don't know it because it doesn't update quick enough. So once we get you set up on our CRM, you'll be set to go.
Yeah, and that's a frustrating thing we've seen is like, hey, is this house, what's up with this? And we're like, oh, it's already pending. So we can actually see stuff that's coming, in the future too. Yep. So we really keep you on this. And hey, if you're in our system, you're not going to get bombarded with people calling you trying to get your business. So you just get this custom search. And the cool thing is, like, the algorithm of how it works is it's going to really start feeding you properties that fit your exact needs. So that's really cool. Now, this is something that we absolutely love, because once we find that criteria, the housing and stuff, you're going to show up. You're going to want to see this area. And what we do, we set up those tours, baby. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, virtual tours are great, but nothing like in-person tours. Mm-hmm. So once you get up here, if you get set up with an Airbnb, if you're staying at a hotel, down at the resort, whatever, we're happy to come pick you up, take you on a tour of different locations, probably locations that you've been looking at online, but really go through it, view them, go through the neighborhoods, drive through them. You get a sense exactly for, what restaurants are nearby, what schools are nearby, really just tour the whole area and get a better feel for it.
Yeah, the tours have definitely proved we can get your criteria and know, like, I think they really are going to like this area. We'll take you to the ones you thought, the top 2 or 3, and usually we can go, yep, no, we like this fit. And our clients all the time are like, yeah, we really enjoy this area. So we definitely know it, and we enjoy touring you around so you get to see it.
Yeah, and it's fun, too, because a lot of times the client will think they like an area, and then that gives me an idea of a similar area that they may not know of, and it's just really cool to see them.
Secret spots, baby.
Yep.
Okay, there's an important factor. Now we've touched on moving here and the criteria and all that, but we've had some clients miss out on some properties because, they didn't have proper lending set up. So let's talk about just how important it is to set up a relationship with a lender or your lending.
Yeah, that's almost most important right now, right?
Yep.
With it being really a good market here in North Idaho for the last 5 years or so. I mean, depending on your price point, if you see a house that you absolutely love, you better be in a position to make an offer right away and have a strong offer. So getting your lending in order is huge, and I can't stress enough the fact to work with a local lender here. We work with really great local lenders that we trust. They know the detailed loan process in Idaho. There's some unique different loans that you can do in Idaho. So even though you may have a relationship with a lender that you like out of state, I highly recommend a local lender just because, honestly, they have a group of appraisers that are from North Idaho that they pick from. Sometimes an out-of-state lender might pick an appraiser that's not exactly from this area, might not know the neighborhoods and whatnot. So it's key. Yep. It's key for sure.
Yes, so that lending and getting that local. So you can definitely have your own opinions and from yours. It's always an opinion. But what we hate is not being able to get you into the house that you like. So the actual lenders that we've teamed with, they're going to bat for you. So one thing that we find with people coming from out of state, if we hand over an offer to the listing agent and they see that maybe you're from out of town or something, they're not going to take that offer as serious in a multiple offer situation. So our lender reaches out and says, hey, no, their finances are good. Everything is good. This loan is good. It's going to close. Conor reaches out. I reach out. So now you have this entire collective group reaching out, and that's how we get so many of our offers accepted every time. So once we get the lending situated, and this is just so they can get that offer. We don't want you to miss out, and it also allows you to see how much you can afford when moving here. But now the buying process is a bearcat. This is something that we're going to take them through. Let's go through that buying process.
Yeah, that whole escrow process after you get an offer accepted, man, that's when it starts, right? Mm-hmm. That's when the fun begins. So, and knowing that a lot of our relocation clients, it's a stressful process because you're not here in person. You're not here. You don't know the area. You don't have contacts. You don't know inspectors, handymen. So we really handhold our clients through the process. Mm-hmm. We'll hook you up with an inspector. Usually within the first 5 to 10 business days, you got to get your inspection done. There's stuff in North Idaho that a lot of people from out of state don't understand in terms of inspections. We don't have termites up here, so we don't worry about that, but we do have radon up here. So you might want to get a radon inspection. We just really handheld, like I said before, take you through that process, know the right context to get you down to the closing table. After the inspection, you still got appraisal. Then you got to work with the title company up until closing. One other big thing for relocation clients is, a closing date might not always marry up with exactly when you want to move here, right? So we have, trusted title reps we work with really closely. We can get you a mobile notary if you need to sign the closing docs where you're at back home. Or we can get you set up here. And a lot of times I've found too with clients coming into town, they may have a job that starts, but not for a couple months, but they want to lock down a house, they want to close. We are expert negotiators and can oftentimes maybe negotiate a rent back. So you buy the home and the people there are renting back to you for a month or two until you're ready to move up.
So all this is going on and a lot more. You're going to be in your home state. You're not going to be here. So we are going to that inspection for you. We are going to make sure the appraisal gets through and that you can close on time. So you're never held down to a house. That inspection report comes out. We go through it thoroughly, and we're going to battle to get everything fixed for you or get credits. That's one thing we're doing. You don't need to worry about this while you're trying to get your whole family or yourself or whoever's coming moved over to North Idaho. That's what we do to go to bat for you. And so you touched on the closing day and all that, and the mobile notary. This is huge. You can literally sign in your home state. You don't need to physically be here. But the last tip that really our clients love when moving here, they don't know anybody. They don't know landscapers. They don't know roofers. They don't know, all these people. So do we have a list? Do we have all these people that we can get to them if they want to do some remodels?
Absolutely. And I kind of tipped that off on the last one, but I'll just go over it again. I mean, born and raised here in Coeur d'Alene area, both of us are. I've built a list over the years as a real estate agent and just knowing people, that I can help. I have someone on the phone. I got a guy for that is what I like to say, right? So plumber, inspector, handyman, whatever you need, I pretty much have a book that has a good contact that I trust and has done good work for my clients in the past. And so you don't have to worry about it. And it's a big stress that's relieved off your shoulders, knowing that someone has been here for a while and knows quality, tradesmen.
As locals, literally, these are first name basis clients, people that have worked on multiple
or family
or family on our houses. So yes, that's a huge thing. Like if you need electrician, any of this stuff done, like, hey, we got it, man. We'll send it right to you. So yes, those are 7 tips literally that are going to make your move so much easier. It's so hard to move across country, and we want to make that as easy as possible. And real quick, to close on your house there and close here, communication is number one. So if you need to sell to buy, if you have an agent, great. They need to be great communicators. If not, we work with top realtors literally in every market so that you can close same day. We don't want you to move here and have to stay in a hotel for a week because somebody dropped the ball on communication. So you can always reach out to us about that, but literally the only way we can help you got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, day, nights, weekends. We never stop working to help you with your relocation to North Idaho. So until the next video, we'll catch you later.